So 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago, I was visiting hospice patients. I go and visit a victim that has had a stroke. She's laying in the bed staring at me. I'm standing there and I'm talking at her pretty much. Hey, my name's Michael Reese. I'm the chaplain. I got a wife and 7 kids, blah, blah, blah. Are you a Christian? Blink at me if you're a Christian. Going on and on and on, having a prayer, just doing the best I can to support that individual spiritually who cannot communicate with me except for maybe a blink of an eye. And at that moment, I said, you know what? It would be great if I could come in here and sing and play a song. I'd been playing the guitar for years on and off. I might go a year without even playing the guitar, and that's the way it was. I wasn't very much into it, but I could play the basic chords. I knew how to play Amazing Grace, so I went back, I cleared it with all the supervisors with hospice, and they said, yeah, go ahead, take the guitar, whatever you can do. But when I went back to visit that woman, and I played Amazing Grace, even though she couldn't talk and communicate, whenever I was playing that song, Amazing Grace, I looked down, and her lips were moving. Light bulb moment. I've got to get better at the guitar. I'm limited on my playing ability, but I still play, and I would say that probably at least 75, if not 85% of the hospice patients that I visit, they want me to bring in the guitar. They want me to play songs. And it's not just any songs. They want to hear, and I enjoy playing the old hymns. If you are any type of minister, I would like to encourage you to get a hymn book. Now, I have a hymn book from when I pastored a church many years ago, and it's got all the songs in it that I like, or most of the songs anyway. But I wanted something that was smaller and something that was laser focused on just the songs that I knew and I enjoyed to play, so I made my own hymn book. This is something that you can do. This little journal came from Walmart, probably cost $5 or less, $7 or less, with the economy the way it is. And all that I do is when I am in a church service, going down the road, wherever I'm at, it doesn't even matter. When a hymn comes to mind or I hear a hymn that I enjoy, I write it down on my notepad, or I type it in on my notepad on my phone, and then every once in a while I'll sit down, I'll go to the documents, Google Docs, and in that Google Docs you can change the page from up and down like a regular piece of paper to landscape to where it's longer, and you can make it double columns. And I copy and paste the words to that hymn or that gospel song, and I print it off, and then I get some glue and I just glue it in here. And then after that, like I said, I'm not a very skilled musician. It's just not something that I have, but I can get through it. And then I go through and I find what the chords are to the song, and I write it above the word where the chord change is supposed to be. And I've got this in my guitar bag. I'm going to make a video about my guitar, but I put this in my guitar bag, and anything that I open up to, I feel like singing. I can flip through it and I can sing it and enjoy myself. So I wanted to encourage you with this. All I do is I get some of that glue, like a glue stick. And I've got one here that hasn't been glued in. See, this song is one that I know, and I heard it this past weekend at Fort Rock Family Camp. But I've got this little piece of paper cut out, and as you can see, I actually put the chords over the top of them right here. And then after that, I get that glue stick and I glue the back of it and I put it down in there. It's wonderful, and I've got everything that I need. Hang on, let me get off of here real quick. All right, I had to jump off real quick. My wife was calling me. Anyway, yeah, I got these songs here, and I've got this. I got a long list. I've got a huge list of songs that I actually have memorized, and I don't even need a piece of paper to look at. Songs like Victory in Jesus, Amazing Grace, and just songs that I've been singing for a long time. And I've got a list of those, but I'm going to print those off and put them in here too, because this is just going to be the master hymn book for Chaplain Reese. It's going to have like all the songs that I know and love in it. And if you would like for me to, I think I'm going to try to make a list of these songs so that you'll have these songs if you wanted to make your own hymn book. And one of the things that I know that's probably going to hold people back from doing this is you don't play a musical instrument. I would recommend grabbing a ukulele and learning how to chord a ukulele and play these songs, or it doesn't matter. People still, and you know, you've got the Church of Christ who don't use musical instruments and they sing. Just practice at it a little bit, and it will be a blessing to the individuals that you visit and minister to in their time of need, is getting these old hymn books. And there is a scripture that I wish that I knew exactly where it was, but it talks about singing hymns and spiritual songs, okay? So probably what the Bible was talking about is hymns being the Psalms, but also spiritual songs. When you look at this song that I just showed you here, it says, I've got a mansion just over the hilltop in that bright land where we'll never grow old, and someday yonder we'll never more wander, but walk on streets that are pure as gold. So what's cool about that song is this lady, and I didn't even really realize it, but this hospice patient lady that I'm going to visit today, she actually requested me sing that song some time back. And I didn't have the words to it, didn't have the chords. They don't have good reception at their house to where I can look it up. But now I've got it, okay? And I can play it and play it and play it for other people. So that's one of the benefits of having a hymn book. But in my actual hymn books, I don't have it in this one because I just built this one. But it's not just a hymn book, it's a journal, it's a diary. And I don't write personal things in it, obviously, but I get pictures, and I like to tape or glue pictures in it because I got this on the road with me all the time. I'm going to a town called Clinton, Arkansas right now. I got this thing with me. It's going back in my bag. So if I got a picture of me and my kids in here, it's gonna be really special to me. So you can do things like that. I'm going to write on the outside of it. I don't know what I'll write on the front side. I might just write hymns. I might write Chaplain Reese's laser focused hymn book or something like that. I don't know what I'll write on it, but I've got a black Sharpie, and definitely put my name and my phone number and address on it and in it, in case I leave it at a nursing home or something. Hopefully that won't happen, but they will have all of my information. So that's basically all you do. You might have to fiddle with the printer a little bit to get the font right. And mine's not perfect, but it's for me. As long as I can read it, as long as I can play, then it's going to be good enough for me. I'm not looking for perfection. So I just wanted to encourage you with that. I'm pulling in the nursing home now, so I'm going to get off here and take my guitar in. And the lady that I visit in here, she's an old Catholic lady. And so we can go into a lot of detail about that, but I'm not going to. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of times she's asleep or she can hardly even hear. but I still play. Her roommate's over there. Sometimes her roommate sings along. Sometimes people's walking down or wheeling down the hallway and they hear me playing and they stop. And what I'm trying to tell you is that the music, it can be a blessing and a spiritual encouragement for a lot of people. Going back to the hymns in the garden, I play that a lot. I've actually got it memorized. But when I play that song, one time I was playing, and I don't even think I was playing for the patient I was visiting. I think it was their roommate. And in that, when I was playing that, the roommate started crying, and I was like, well, what's going on? Why are you crying? And she was like, that was the song that was played at my mom's funeral. It brings back memories, because we've got this day, but we've got a past behind us, and some of the things in the past needs to be forgotten, but some needs to be remembered. So that's why that these hymns are so important, so beautiful. One of the songs that I have been playing recently is called Why Me, Lord? And it's by a man named Chris Christopherson. And Chris Christopherson died like 2 weeks ago, 88 years old. So it's a cherished song. It's not a hymn. It's not in hymn books that I know of, but it's there, and it's in my book, and I'm playing it, and people are enjoying it. And it's still, since it was a song that was written in the 70s or 80s, it still resonates with a lot of people. So I want to encourage you to go out and pick out one of these hymn books. I've got this one. I started off like writing them down to memorize. This one's the song, I Can't Even Walk Without You Holding My Hand. I had a hospice patient request that many, many times, and I was trying to learn it for her. And then on the other page, I got How Great Thou Art. That's a wonderful hymn. And when I wrote it down in here, some of these, I put the chords in the wrong place, but I can still get along with it. And the thing about it is, what the goal actually is of this hymn book is to have these songs with me, but not only that, but to play these things so many times that I have them memorized, just as I do the other list of songs that I have memorized. So like I said, I'll put you a list down in the bottom, and to see what songs that I have and what songs that I play. Not all of them are hymns, but they're all good, doctrinally sound gospel songs. And you can start listening to those and playing those. And listen to this. Let me throw this in here too, okay? Listen to this. So, some of us are not going to be able to play a musical instrument, whether it's a ukulele or a guitar, a piano, whatever. Some of us are not even going to have the ability to sing. So, you say, well, what do? I got to leave music completely out of my ministry. No, I'm shooting this video on a cell phone, and you can play the songs for people and sit there and listen and sort of sing along. It's like y'all are having a little song service there, and that's something else you can do. Take a little Bluetooth speaker to hook up. They're really cheap, really loud. You can get them off of Amazon, and that can be a part of your music ministry to encourage others. Family devotions. My family, they don't like my playing and singing very much. They don't get very excited about it. Now, nursing homes and some of the hospice patients, they get really excited about it, and that's what keeps me going. But for family devotions, listen to a couple of songs and bring music into it, because music is one of the proofs of the existence of God. And you say, well, how do you get that? It's because when you get sounds to perfectly line up with one another, to where it sounds pleasant, to where it sounds peaceful, to where it sounds encouraging, and you can just sit there and listen to it, it's got to be a gift from God. Satan tries to hijack it but it belongs to God. He created all things. He created music, so use it in your ministry. This is Chaplain Reese signing off. God bless you today, and God bless your ministry.